I were a book, I would be a fairy tale, bound in red leather with a ribbon to mark the place of the reader as he thumbs through my many gold-edged vellum pages. Words of fantasy and delight, thrilling the reader every time he returns to open me where he left off. Held within me would be brave knights and swashbucklers defending queens and maidens against dragons and evil kings, whose reward for their heroics would be the gratitude of the damsel of their desire. My reader would never tire of casting his eyes over the pleasures held between my covers, and would keep me beside his bed to delve in whenever the mood should take him, and I would be too delighted to yield. If I was a garment, I would be an evening gown, a full-length creation coveted by all who set eyes upon me. My velvet folds would compel those who should encounter me to run their hands over my plush softness. My neckline would glisten with tiny pearls, catching the eye and causing gasps of pleasure at the sight of such decadent adornment. My long zip would glide along my side seam, closing invisibly, allowing me to cling to every curve and undulation of the body that would fill me to capacity. I would of course not be cheap, but certainly worth the price. For the one who could afford me, there would be no disappointment. I wouldn't get old, but vintage. While those with whom I'd once rubbed sleeves at Boutique Emporium became loose and shapeless, I would retain my structure and still appeal to the beautiful and nubile. I would be brought out for exquisite balls and red carpet events, and would have an even better time than when I was new and untouched. Now, if I were a cake, I would be a gâteau. It would be a temptation hard to resist, even by those with the firmest resolve. My light sponge layers would be liberally laced with liqueur that would tingle the tongue. Between my folds would be ripe, juicy cherries, ready to thrill he who takes the first bite. There would be sweet, softly whipped cream spread between my cake and fruit delights, which would ooze out from within as soon as a slice reached the lips of he that would devour me, and would have to be lapped up greedily to avoid any waste. Each of my portions would guarantee satisfaction, but seconds would always be desired.